Somaliland, a self-declared republic on the Horn of Africa, stands as a testament to resilience and the enduring human spirit. Born from the ashes of a brutal civil war in 1991, Somaliland has charted a distinct course from its tumultuous neighbor Somalia. While the latter grappled with instability and conflict, Somaliland established a functioning democracy, maintained relative peace, and nurtured a unique sense of national identity. Its people, bound by a shared history and a deep-seated yearning for self-determination, have built a society that values peace, stability, and progress. However, Somaliland's journey has been fraught with challenges, the most significant being its unrecognized status in the international community. Despite meeting the criteria for statehood, Somaliland remains in a geopolitical limbo, its sovereignty acknowledged by none. This lack of recognition has hampered its economic growth, limited its access to international aid and investment, and placed its citizens in a precarious position, their travel restricted, their aspirations curtailed. Yet, even in the face of these obstacles, Somaliland has persevered. It has held multiple democratic elections, fostered a vibrant private sector, and cultivated a culture of peace and dialogue. Its story is one of hope, a beacon of stability in a region often associated with conflict and despair. Somaliland's pursuit of international recognition has been a long and arduous journey, marked by both glimmers of hope and crushing disappointments. The international community, wary of setting a precedent for secessionist movements and beholden to the notion of a unified Somalia, has remained hesitant to formally acknowledge Somaliland's sovereignty. This stance, while understandable from a legalistic perspective, fails to account for the unique realities on the ground and the demonstrably different trajectories of Somaliland and Somalia. The recent presidential election in Somaliland, held in November 2024, was widely seen as a litmus test for its democratic credentials. The victory of opposition leader Abdirahman Mohamed Abdullahi, who campaigned on a platform of democratic and economic reforms, was hailed as a sign of the country's political maturity. The election, delayed for 2 years due to funding issues, saw a high turnout, demonstrating the Somaliland people's commitment to their hard-won democracy. This latest demonstration of democratic values, coupled with Somaliland's long-standing stability and its strategic location on the Gulf of Aden, has reignited the debate about its international status. Advocates for recognition argue that Somaliland has earned its place among the community of nations, and that acknowledging its sovereignty would not only be a just reward for its achievements, but also serve as a catalyst for peace and development in the Horn of Africa. Somaliland's quest for recognition has been further complicated by the shifting sands of regional alliances and the interplay of international interests in the Horn of Africa. The Ankara Declaration, signed in December 2024, exemplifies this complex geopolitical landscape. This agreement, brokered by Turkey between Ethiopia and Somalia, aims to secure Ethiopian commercial access to the Red Sea. While seemingly unrelated to Somaliland, the declaration has significant implications for its future. The Ankara Declaration potentially undermines a previous agreement between Somaliland and Ethiopia, signed in January 2024, which granted Addis Ababa access to the Indian Ocean through a naval base in Somaliland in exchange for Ethiopian recognition of Somaliland's sovereignty. This agreement, while controversial and met with resistance from both Somalia and within Somaliland, represented a significant breakthrough for Somaliland's recognition efforts. The Ankara Declaration throws the future of this agreement into doubt, as Ethiopia, under pressure from Somalia and enticed by the prospect of broader regional cooperation, may be hesitant to proceed with the naval-based deal. This development underscores the precarious nature of Somaliland's position, caught between the competing interests of larger regional players and subject to the whims of international diplomacy. As Somaliland navigates this complex geopolitical landscape, its future hangs in the balance. The quest for recognition remains its paramount objective, the key that would unlock its potential and secure its rightful place on the world stage. The recent developments, both positive and negative, highlight the challenges and opportunities that lie ahead. The US, with its considerable influence in the region, holds a unique position to shape Somaliland's trajectory. The proposed bill by Rep. Scott Perry, which calls for US recognition of Somaliland, represents a significant development. While the bill's passage is far from certain, it reflects a growing understanding in Washington of Somaliland's strategic importance and its potential as a reliable partner in a volatile region. Somaliland's future will ultimately be determined by its own people and their unwavering commitment to building a prosperous and democratic nation. However, the international community, particularly those nations that value peace, democracy and self-determination, have a moral obligation to support Somaliland's aspirations and to recognize the injustice of its continued exclusion from the family of nations. The time has come to end Somaliland's isolation and to welcome it into the fold of the international community.